Could you stand a little taller, just a tad?
Like this?
Yes, yes. The chin a tiny bit lower. Gaze a little more to the right. There! Now, hold the pose.
Так, давай выберем персонажика быстренько. Вот так вот. Вот так пускай будет. Ага. Тикс. Воин, инженер, маг. Специалист по дальнобойным атакующим заклинаниям. Кольцо божественной магии, паралич, тяжелое одноручное оружие, стихийная ловушка, огнестрельное оружие, одноручное оружие. И давай, пускай будет воин, пускай. Так, что нам? Мы же воин, нам нужно... Так, и что такое? Увеличивает запас здоровья, улучшает равновесие. Это характеристика необходима, чтобы носить самую тяжелую броню. Так, а это... Самым тяжелым одноручным или двуручным оружием. Оглушение, пробивание брони. Давай здоровье, короче, сделаем, чтобы у нас здоровья было много, да? Так, а это что такое? Это меткость. Сила воли. А, это запас магии. Это вообще магом. Это нам... Нам не надо это будет. Так. Духовная сила, урон, наносимый заклинаниями. А это тоже магом, тоже нам не надо. Так, ловкость, увеличит урон, наносимый холодным оружием, ускоряет выработку ярости. Это характеристика необходима, чтобы сражаться лучшим одноручным и двуручным оружием. И... Хе-хе. Ладно. Ну, пускай выносливость будет. Так, что тут такое у нас? А там, погоди, там что там было? Так, воин, получается, рекомендуемые характеристики: сила, выносливость, да? Рекомендуемые таланты: ремесло, энергичность. Так. Так, энергичность позволяет преодолевать некоторые препятствия, где требуется удерживать равновесие, увеличивает максимальное количество боеприпасов и позволяет медленно восстанавливать здоровье и магическую энергию вне боя. Позволяет изготавливать простые улучшения оружия и брони. Давай, пускай вот это будет ремесло. Так, это что такое? Улучшенные. А это, получается, сложные, да? А этот... И... Ага. Ну ладно, пускай там. Да?
Just a few more minutes. You have such an incredibly singular face. That's a compliment, my lady, out of my mouth. Your particularity gives you character.
You're still here?
We have nearly finished.
Что она какая-то
Have you
страшная.
any more need of me, Master?
You haven't forgotten that we're setting sail today, have you?
Of course not.
Your cousin is nowhere to be found. I've searched the palace from cellars to attics. Your uncle is beside himself.
He was of a mind to paint the town last night. Don't worry, I shall track him down. Make care to your own preparations without wrinkling another frown. We'll meet you on the boat.
It's about time your cousin took account of the responsibilities awaiting him. He should go and inform the ambassadors of Telemi and the Bridge Alliance of his departure.
Have no fear, Master. I will go and see them in his name. I beg your pardon, but urgent matters call me away. Might we finish all this later?
Impossible, my lady. You are leaving with the tide, if what I've been told is correct.
I am sorry, sir, truly. I must be going.
My lady, please, I beg you. Her Highness has personally requested I finish.
Thank you, cousin, for getting me out of that.
Так, компас. Компас находится в верхней части экрана по центру. На нем отмечены направления на важные объекты и цели активного задания. Основное задание, дополнительное задание. Что там было еще написано, я все проглядел. Вот так у меня на компасе только одно задание. Так, снаряжение. У нас тут что-то же есть, да, интересненько. Да, вот так, рапира алхимика. Тик, 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 тик. Потом. К шее ничего нету. Спинка. Уля какой. Перчатки ювелира. А это как называется? А это камзол удачи. Вероятность получения трофеев плюс 25%. А это ремесло плюс 1. О, у меня теперь ремесло 2. Нифига. Сапоги с утяжеленными каблуками. Это что дают? Что не дают? Ничего не дают. Хо-хо. Так, стой. Украшенное костью ружье. Погнали. Камера так дико дрожит еще. Тык-тык-тык-тык-тык. Текст нам.
Hey! Green blood!
Kurt!
And so the day has finally come. My royal fledglings are leaving the nest.
Accompanied by their most loyal and tenacious master of arms.
As loyal as your goal.
Enough with the cold mercenary. I know you like us. Still hiding your men in the unsuspecting shadows of the greats of this world, I see.
Hey, our blades are the only thing keeping you dainties alive.
Kurt, I'm not in need of your protection. I'm no longer a child, you know.
Is that so? Well, let's see. Fight with honor!
У него меч, короче, как в Скайриме прям. Оба! Так, это блок, да, получается? Ой. Так, что тут? Подожди. Что нажимать надо? Тактическая пауза. Ну, ёпта. Применить. Да что-то громко. Меню зелья. А, привязать. Вот так вот что ли? А, ну все, привязал. Хоба, хоба. Подожди, на каком я уровне сложности играю?
You defend yourself well, Greenblood. One might think you had a proper master of arms.
The best.
You already training for your new post of legate? Don't tire yourself. Flattery'll get you nowhere. But for the fight, you have remembered your basics. Your performance just got you out of a final lesson. Unless you want to go through the paces again before we depart.
Нет, пропустить обучение.
No. Thanks, all
Идем
the
в
same.
бой.
I have quite a few tasks to check off my list before we depart.
And here you are already assuming your political functions. And in a hurry. Always too busy. Very well. If you ever want to go over your basics later, visit one of our barracks on the Isle. You'll always find a training partner to give you a friendly fight.
I'll remember that. Thanks. Are your bags packed for the great departure?
Yes, you know I get by with very little. You're not angry that I'm coming with you, I hope.
I have to
Довольно.
admit, I thought my days as a child, complete with bodyguard, were behind me.
I do like being wanted. It would seem that the prince didn't feel you were apt to take care of yourselves alone. And so it goes. By the way, where is our future governor hiding? I was hoping to put his skills to the test as well.
I've no idea. He had plans to celebrate his departure last night, and we haven't seen him since. You know Constantine. I should have gone with him, but my heart wasn't in the mood for a celebration. The thought of bidding my mother farewell.
It is never easy to say goodbye. But you should be going to see her now. She must be waiting for you. I'll meet you in front of the palace. Then we'll go and find Constantine together.
Very well. I'll meet you as soon as I've said my goodbyes.
Блять, ну она и страшная пиздец, оказывается. Блять, мужик. Здравствуйте. Это этот. Из Апекса.
What is this? Have you not been taught to knock? I've asked 1,000 times. Oh, it's you, my dear child.
Mother, I'm sorry. I'm having trouble getting used to your condition.
Come now, let's speak of more pleasant things. I'm so very happy to hear your voice. You remind me so much of your father. I do miss him so. Today is the big day, isn't it? Ready to set sail for that island everyone's talking about.
Yes, but the idea of leaving you behind, alone and ill.
Dying, my child. Alas, there is nothing you can do by staying that would ease my suffering. One thing brings me cheer. They say the island is full of miracles, and we might find a cure.
Even if I were to find it, I would never be able to return in time to...
I know. But it brings me comfort to know my daughter has left on a mission to heal her people. Come now. It is time for you to take leave. Here. Take this with you.
What is it?
Что это такое?
A family heirloom. Something that... Take it and keep it with you. May it bring you good luck. All my blessings go with you, my child. Now, be off.
А что с ней? Что случилось? Шляпа чё? Блять. Эй. Встретиться с Куртом у входа во дворец. Курт! Куртка! Курт!
It's done.
Отправляемся.
Sorry, Greenblood. Look, we can see the masts of the ship that'll be taking us. This is one sacred
Где?
adventure we're embarking on.
I hope
Yeah.
this island will keep its promises.
In order to know that, we'll need to find Constantine first.
You were right. Maybe he is already at the port. He was so eager to leave.
This will be quite the chore to finish before our departure. The commander wants to recover some merchandise from our supplier, but the transporter doesn't want to deliver. I did all I could to persuade. Nothing came of it. All the parliamenting fatigues me. But this is your domain. I wouldn't say no to a little help.
Of course. Where is the supplier located?
In the lower boroughs, near the port.
Подожди, чё?
We'll put it on our list of
Кого надо
visitors.
найти? Блядь, чё? Все прослушал, что-то куда-то улетел куда-то. Так. Курт умело сражается в ближнем бою и может носить тяжелую броню. Выносливость 9. Нихуя. Все виды холодного оружия. Особый прием для любого оружия. Отношение подозрительность. Монетная стража. Он подозрительный дохуя получается, да? Да. 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 Так.
Where would you like to begin?
I've
С чего
been
хочешь
asked
начать?
to pay visits to the ambassadors of Ptolemy and the Bridge Alliance before our departure. Their dwellings are not far from here. We could go there first.
Very well. Do you think Constantine will be waiting for us next to the ship?
I don't know, but it is certainly worthy of inspection.
Ну, слушай, прикольно так отслеживается, да? TX. Это получается у нас... Блять, а где... В смысле основные? Что, блядь? Кодекс, карта мира, дневник. А, ну вот, типа, одно задание на 2 этих. Ладно, погнали. Тык-тык-тык-тык-тык. Блять, он бегает, она. Вообще страшно, опасно. Оля, сундук, здесь же сундуки есть. Я что-то совсем забыл про сундуки. Что там сосновая смола, ягоды боярышника, боярышник. Фига, будем настойки мутить, короче. Переход на карте местности указаны расположенные важные места и персонажи, а также цели и... Золотые монеты, обсидиан. Что-то... Что... С вами все нормально? В смысле? Погоди, ты кто вообще? Ай, блин, там на shift. В смысле, это кто такие вообще? Куда я зашел-то? Вот это бойня. Дикая бойня прям просто была. Боеприпасы, золотые монетки. Золотые монетки. Трутовик, ягоды боярышника опять. В смысле, какие-то бандиты, что ли, были? Или кто это вообще такие? Непонятно. Вау. Что-то варится тут. Варево какое-то. Наверное, боярышник варит. Куда нам, блять? А, вот что ли, сюда? Это ты кто такой? Здравствуйте. Ладно, хер с ним. Монсеньор, здравствуйте. Как ваша нихуя?
Good day, Excellency.
Lady de Sarde, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tir Fredi on the hour.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that you had both received callings of greater stature. Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
It is a station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache. The Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you, and your cousin in the future. I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your help in a rather delicate matter.
Tell me more about it, and perhaps I can take care of your problem before my departure.
Very well. A small group of dangerous heretics has found refuge in СТРИМ. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within the city walls.
Pagans.
But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile harmony of this place. We would consider it a tremendous favor if you would arrest them and deliver them to our guard.
Heresy is not a crime in СТРИМ. You do know that, but I'm sure that my uncle would hear your arguments. Why call on my intervention?
The prince would indeed give us his blessing, but it would take time. Far too much time. For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with a smuggler to take them who knows where.
I see. You were hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it to an enemy city. If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be in the dockyards. I'll look into this and see what I can do.
Охота на пиздюков. Давай спросим что-нибудь. Так. Хотя, ну...
I must be going.
Да, мне нужно
Farewell,
идти.
Excellency.
May the light guide you, Desade.
Десятые. Нас, короче, не выпустят, да? Просто так. Отсюда. Так, а это... Ой. Блядь. В смысле... Ты угораешь, что ли? Ты че вылетел-то? Пиздец, блядь. Так, а я могу поменять уровень сложности или... А нет, смотри, у нас сложность высокая стоит. Как бы, блядь... Так легко было их всех замочить. Блядь, надеюсь, он сохранился прям вот... Прям там.
В смысле?
Ну, в прямом.
Почему ты показал это? Ничего.
Да, он тут сохранился. Я с ним болтал, да, уже? Кардинал.
Кстати, тебе какой-то не нравится. Коммент.
Что, стрим завис? В смысле завис? Нет, не завис, все идет нормально. Все четко, ровно, четенько. Четче некуда прям. Так, что я хотел? Здравствуйте. Человек, вы тоже как говно, если честно. Так, что тут у нас... Блять, в смысле, это что такое? Это что за вопросики, блин?
Lovely.
А, вот тут что-то я вообще как-то запутался. Ну, пойдем тут. Так, стой, нет, сюда. Да, новый регион, площадь князей. Да, блядь. Ай. Застрял.
The merchant is there.
Так. Торговец.
Good day, my lady. How might I be of service?
Блядь, ну
You
ты...
can start by explaining to me why you refuse to honor the orders agreed upon with the guard.
There's been a misunderstanding, madam. Of course we're ready to honor the orders. In fact, I've already had a word with your master-at-arms.
They're asking that we pay again, despite having already paid.
It's just that the price has gone up since. I've nothing to do with it.
This is inadmissible. If you agree on a sum, you need to honor that agreement.
I'm sorry, madam. I'm just an agent, and I'm only obeying orders.
Какой еще приказ у тебя?
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
That's right. He told me that their attendant seemed to be hiding something when he passed the order. And so he must have thought the guard would end up paying in the end, whatever he asked for.
I'll be damned. And I'm the one they've sent to settle the affair.
Sorry, Captain, it's nothing personal. I'm only following orders.
Following orders. Yeah, we hear you. Makes one wonder which one of the two of us is a coin guard.
Так, давай спросим о
Why don't
других
we go and
торговцах.
solicit other suppliers, Kurt?
When we've already paid for the merchandise? If these thieves agreed to reimburse the original payment, it's what we do immediately. And do know, in the future, we won't be shopping with them. Well, I should think not.
This whole story sounds suspicious and stinks of a scandal. You were demanding a second payment, but refused to reimburse the one that was already made.
I'm not the one demanding nor refusing. It's my master.
This stubborn fool is pushing me to madness. You understand now why I'm asking for your help?
Угрожать тюремным
I
заключением.
don't think you understand who you were dealing with. Perhaps I failed to present myself properly. Lady de Sardet, niece of the Prince d'Orsay and legate of the Congregation of Merchants. During our conversation, you explained to me that your master forced you to commit a crime. That's regrettable, especially as you will be considered his accomplice in extortion and theft. You know as well as I that the congregation does not tolerate such illegal activities.
But I'm only obeying orders.
That's a shame. Well, as orders are the only language you seem to understand, I order you to return the guard the merchandise without delay, unless you'd rather your master is hung and that you finish your days in prison.
As you request, my lady. I shall go immediately and ask that these crates be delivered to the attendant.
Now that's a wise decision.
Thank you. I was beginning to think this would never end. You're certainly honoring your new title. Bravo! The quartermaster must be expecting us.
А ты, в смысле, мудак, сам не мог, типа, с ним поговорить, да? Ты же как бы тоже... О, блядь, смотри, с перышком прям. Хе-хе-хе. Это... Сам не мог с ним поговорить, да? Сказать, типа, ты чё, блядь? Петух. Типа, какого это, блядь? Какого, блядь? Хрена, блядь. Это что такое? А! Не-не-не-не-не-не-не! Стой, 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 стой. Так, а как? Подождите, как? А как? Бабах. А вот. Что? Как так, блядь? Я же могу, короче, выстрел из оружия поместить на этот... какое-то оборудование, огнестрельное оружие, получается, привязать на кнопочку 2. Оно у меня привязано теперь на кнопочку 2. Все, яростная атака, Q, блок, правая кнопка. Так, заклинания нету, а что за лампа? Зелье, здоровье на кнопке 1. Все, как бы. Хоба. Бля, да погодь ты. Да как так-то? Он мне сразу половину здоровья отнимает, когда стреляет из ружья в меня. Или с чего он там стреляет в меня? Так, погоди. Надо, короче, сейчас вот этого замочить. Да пей ты уже, пей. Вот так вот, стой, погоди. Последний коронный выстрел. Вот это, конечно, было, блин, прям заставило, короче, меня подпотеть немного. Это было нечто. О, господи. Так, что тут еще есть? А, и равновесие, типа устойчивость, что-то там. Боеприпасы, это к огнестрельному оружию, получается. Забраться я могу. То есть они у меня, короче, будут всегда еще заканчиваться, да? Круто. А, это мастерская. Она что за мастерская-то? Так это мы сможем прочитать? А, родственники богатея, который сам напросился на неприятности. Он у нас, и мы его убьем, если не получим большой выкуп. Тащите туго набитый кошель в переулок на юге, в квартал старых складов. Неумело написанная записка. Ой, в смысле записка. Поработать в мастерской. Ремесло позволяет улучшать оружие и броню. Наука позволяет создавать зелья и ловушки. Бла-бла-бла-бла-бла-бла-бла. Текст. Блять, вот эта вот пушка, которую мы выбили, да, у чувака, она, блин, намного круче, чем вот это вот ружье, блин. А вот этот я как-то могу... А, вот переработать, да? Вот так вот. Все, мы дадут шкуру. А, это 50% вероятность. Полученные компоненты. Нормально, я думаю. Это тоже мы переработаем. Так, одежда. Тут мы тоже переработаем, короче. Шкура 3. Так, сапоги. Ой, какие подробности? А что за подробности? Охренеть, тут показателей просто. Так, это мы переработали. Это тоже переработать. Так, перчаточки. Тоже все переработать. Так, а я могу просто Enter нажимать? Да, я могу Enter нажимать. Круто. Ой, предметы для заданий. Алкоголь со снотворным. А как? А как крафт делать? Как крафтить? Ладно, хер с ним.
Citizens of СТРИМ, come to me.
Что там?
You won't regret this miraculous opportunity. Your time is precious in these dark
Шарлатан какой-то, походу, да?
What you are about to discover, you'll find all you need in our selection. Whatever you need to be.
А хотя это все барахло мог продать, да, наверное. Как он дверь открыл. Она, вернее. Я, вернее. Мы. Здравствуйте.
Lady Desade, I presume. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. Captain, you set sail soon. Have you seen to our little business?
Yes, we were finally able to recover your merchandise.
Excellent news. I'm afraid, though, that your mission isn't completely finished, Kurt.
Blast me, I'm a captain, not an errand boy.
The commander was quite possible, but the port authority formalities for shipping take an eternity to wade through, and we've already lost quite a bit of time with this dishonest merchant.
Are you blatantly asking us to smuggle this merchandise and contraband?
I would never ask you to do such a thing, Your Excellency.
Ah, but you don't mind asking that of Kurt?
Well, now, if he finds an alternative solution that is less illegal, that would be fine. The method matters not. But this cargo must reach the Isle on the next ship.
Marvelous.
Well then, I await your return with utmost impatience. I'm certain you shall do what's required.
Что-то как-то много слишком квестов для первоначальной локации. Прям что-то вообще целая гора. Склады, прям посольство, там, не знаю, что такое капитан Васка, найти контрабандиста. Ладно, идем сюда. Да, локация прям такая большая, реально нормально такая прям о-ля-ля.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life.
Это распиздяй.
Some children we'd be best to refuse.
Captain Vasco.
And you are?
I'm Desade, the prince's niece. All is in order. We will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship, not a boat.
Apologies.
Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide does not wait.
Perhaps he simply celebrated his imminent departure with a little too much enthusiasm. Is everything ready?
We're short a crew member. The cabin boy is missing. But have no fear, we will leave without him if he does not present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure. Like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, I fear something bad has happened to him. Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me? I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
Пропавший нафт. Расследуйте исчезновение Юнги. Так, а тут что-то спросить о
Have you seen
еретиках.
anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers.
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler?
Смагл.
He could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. May I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
Nothing to bother yourself about. I'm just curious.
You
Не
wouldn't
твое собачье
find
дело.
the sheerest of coincidences be on the trail of a couple of heretics, Your Excellency. The same a couple of the ambassadors of Ptolemy's men have been looking for nigh on 2 days.
And so you know about that?
Of course. The Cardinal's henchmen are hard to miss, even in a crowd. And they were making quite a fuss, hoping we would cave in and help them in their hunt. Feel free to carry out your own investigation, but you'll end up with the same answers. The port brigs, just like the warehouses, are property of the Nords. No one else may enter.
I have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel.
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates, after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I wanted to help you, my quartermaster is a half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to Tirfredi. He's placed guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse, and noted on the manifest, will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are gonna have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurt. At least we tried.
The commander is gonna have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to doctor the manifest ourselves. It must be at the Harbor Master's office.
Нихуя прям, блин, тут шампиньоны какие-то. Так, что-то там спросить-то можно. Ладно, ничего нельзя спрашивать.
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a captain, Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
Так. Вот тут у нас задание. Дневник. Пипец. Прям так очень много квестов. Всяких вопросиков еще плюс. Не знаю, давай так. Территория других государств. Эта территория принадлежит другой фракции. Доступ всегда для вас закрыт. Чтобы не вызвать подозрений, наденьте куртку или кирасу фракции. А вы можете прокрасться незаметно, но если вас обнаружат, ваша репутация ухудшится.
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
Where is the manifest to be found?
I've already been to the port authorities. They keep the official documents upstairs.
Здорово! Ох ты, блядь. Хе-хе-хе, сука. Чё так сложно-то? А в смысле, кто меня стреляет-то, блядь? Здесь же нет никого. Он сквозь стены, что ли? Что за, блядь, за дрянь какая-то, блядь? Так тебе, блядь. А ты еще лежачек бить не можешь, что ли? Ой, тихо, тихо, тихонечко. Ух. А, взлом слишком низенький, да?
If you wore a Naut uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in, unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
I see where this is headed. If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be clear. I'll just need to find the proper ingredients. But it's doable.
А я могу как-то взломать? Нет, да?
Here is the ship's manifest. We only need to add our merchandise to the list.
Усё. Теперь я могу открыть, нет? Ты в смысле, я же какие-то ключи же взял. Что ж ты будешь делать-то, блин? Ладно, давай вот этот, короче, тут оденем, нам тут какой-то этот бушлат матроса, он даже и помощнее будет. Ай, так тихо. Стопы. Да, блядь. А, вот я же хотел уже вот это вот снарядить. Не хватает кошельков, характеристика меткость. А что, в смысле меткость не хватает? Меткость 1. Ну это мы отсюда пришли.
Are you the smuggler?
You snuck yourself in here just to ask me that question? If this is some sort of trick to get me to admit to some crime, you are truly twisted.
You can see for yourself that I'm no naught. Come now. Are you the one I'm looking for?
I'm already locked up. What more do I risk? Yes, I am a smuggler. But I'm not the only one in this city.
I'm searching for a couple fleeing Tuleme. They are trying to leave the city discreetly. Have they contacted you?
You certainly can't imagine I'm going to answer you without getting something in exchange. I don't really think of my clients as kin, but I'd never betray any of them for free.
A real saint you are. How about your freedom in exchange for your loyalty? Tell me where I can find them and I'll open this cage.
That works for me. Your two Telemites are hidden in a warehouse behind this very prison. They must be waiting for me. But you might want to be quick about it. If the Nauts get their hands on them, they'll find themselves in this same cage.
Thank you.
Anytime. And these doors? You're gonna open them, right?
А я могу его не освобождать? Да? Все, давай, пока. Хе-хе. Йоу. Здорово, пидручи. Блядь, а если я не хочу его освобождать? Нафиг? Зачем? Уф, я, блин...
Hello? What can I do for you?
We're your replacements. You're dismissed.
Finally! We were starting to grow moss. Courage, me hearties. The path is clear. We should notify the men. They need all the time they can get.
А как же им отравы налить?
Who is there?
May the Illuminated save us. Did the smuggler send you?
The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison. But reveal to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition then? Please, please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of Tuleme so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true.
We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And here you have the result.
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could. Forget what you have discovered, perhaps?
Oh, we have signed already an abjugation stating that we misunderstood the sacred texts of St. Lucius. We were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text, or anything else that would have pleased them.
It served no purpose.
Что с микрофоном?
It's our lives they are after.
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so horrifying that it will provoke such a fuss?
Our work concerns the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of Saint Matthias. The one who returned to Ptolemy after traveling with his master.
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved, but never seriously studied.
With the discovery of Teofredi, we thought it crucial to take a look at the original text. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of. The Eden of Saint Matthias.
And? What did you find?
Teofredi is without any doubt the land that our Saint Matthias and his disciples went to. But the text that we discovered was radically different from what we expected to find.
In the original text, St. Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden, of the paradise of the illuminated. He speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth, which convinced St. Matthias to stay there.
It was written in black and white, and there is no doubt about it. The original was written in Lucius's own hand.
I understand now what that text has cost you. This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a demon than a saint.
The sacred texts are always difficult to interpret, but what is written is written.
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't chase us into the den of their enemies.
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But at least we'll be safe.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken for spies.
That would be better than being burned at the stake.
I see. Well, you have no other choice but to run and seek refuge in enemy territories.
I beg of you, please do not deliver us to them. Let us continue on this path.
I am sorry for you, but I must arrest you and hand you over to the ambassador of Ptolemy.
We might be two poor historians, but we will not surrender ourselves to the fire without a fight.
To my help! And death to the others! I understand them. Better to die weapon in hand than on a flaming pyre.
Now let's go and inform the Cardinal that their heretics are dead. Good day, Excellency.
Lady de Sardet, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I was able to find the heretics you seek. Alas, they preferred death to capture.
What a pity. But that hardly surprises me. What have you done with their bodies, my daughter?
I left them in the Nort warehouses. I'm certain they would be more than happy to return them to you.
Very well. Very well. You have done a great favor to our nation, and we shall not forget it. And I would appreciate it if you would accept this modest gift as thanks.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, Dasade.
Так, что тут у нас? А это что такое сменить? А, типа пушку сменить, что ли? А, вот это характеристики. И что? Так, ладно. Буря, ярость и бомба. Позволяет кидать бомбы. Повышает скорость атак. Паралич. Кольцо божественной магии. А, ну это... А, ну вот же, да, наша, получается, мы же воин. Какая-то крепкая хватка. Острый клинок. Вот давай вот этот выберем. Точная калибровка. Сейчас мы, получается, сможем, да, одеть нашу пушечку или нет? Нет, почему меткость? Понятно. Все, я понял. Следующее очко на 4 уровне будет только. Офигеть. Ладно. Хрен с ним.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Oh,
I need to be leaving. I have quite a few things to do before we...
А я не к тому подошел. Хе-хе-хе, блять.
Madam, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Nords, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavio and Laura.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish. You'll find them over there, in port.
Be back soon, Captain.
Привет.
Так. Ух ты. Ничего, да, то, что я ковыряюсь в твоих этих вещах, да, мужик?
Good day. Someone told me that you were a friend of Jonas, the young cabin boy who has gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Why? I haven't the faintest idea.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
I need to be going. Farewell. Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand? Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof. Gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left. You get me?
Thank you, Lauro. I need to be going.
Спасибо, ёпта. Типа не все рассказал.
Well now, did you find him?
No, but I'm not giving up hope. Did Jonas seem troubled to you the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
Thank you, Lauro. I need to be going.
Strange story, this is.
Something isn't right here. I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this. Good day, tavern keeper.
Good day to you. What is your pleasure?
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age? Hair down to his neck, light brown? Blue eyes? Quite the talker?
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'll be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
Давай я лучше заплачу тебе.
Here you are, to cover your expenses.
Excellent. Honest books makes for honest friendships. Your cousin is either a very bad joker or a right good fool. He went and insulted a band of ruffians from the lower boroughs. Dangerous fellows. They've a storehouse they operate out of a few streets from here.
What kind of business do they run?
Several, actually, and they're all illegal and profitable. But you didn't hear that from me. In any case, if you were set on recovering your cousin, I would hurry if I were you. They're not the tender sorts.
Thank you for the information.
Off with ya. Get him out of whatever mess he's got himself into. Seemed like a courageous fellow. Who could down his pint. Anything else?
I am looking for a Naut. A young cabin boy who has been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping? In my establishment? You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table. Anything else?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Who are you? I don't recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No, have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I'm here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago, after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him, if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, my lady, you're in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs,
just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Thélème embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Captain, milady, we were given orders to wait here with the merchandise.
The way is clear. It's time to get going.
Do your best to be quick and quiet about it. You won't have much time to move it all.
Don't you be worrying now. We're off.
The warehouse is at the end to the right there. You can't miss it.
Move out. Quick steps.
To me. You won't regret this miraculous.
You'll find all you need in our selection. Whatever you need to be the talk of all serene.
If you had any idea who I am. Open up, imbeciles! I have a ship to catch!
That vulture of a tavern master was right. It is Constantine's voice. It's coming from the floor above.
Sounds as if he's locked up.
And I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. The slightest itchy word to these brutes will have them drawing blades to scratch it.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
should have gotten rid of him.
Don't be an idiot. It's obvious that he's a noble.
Oi! Where do you think you're going? You're in our territory.
I'm looking for my cousin, and it appears that he is held here against his wishes.
How do you know that?
His voice is one of a kind, gentlemen, and we can hear it in the street. I order you to free him immediately.
I order? I order, is that right? You're not cousins for nothing, you and that other drunkard. If you think all you need to do is come here and give us orders to get what you want...
Looks like we'll need to sharpen our words with our new friends.
I'm afraid so.
To my help! And death to the others! Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Бля, шо вас так много-то? Контрольный выстрел. У вас нет нужного ключа.
Locked.
Well, this has been monumentous, gentlemen, but I have more important things to attend to. An island to govern, treaties to sign, riches to expedite, and a demanding father to impress.
Constantine, it's me!
My fair cousin! Oh, my lucky star! Always there to pull me out of my fires.
I do what I can. We are departing soon. Your father wasn't pleased by your absence this morning.
Have you ever seen him happy about anything when it comes to me? You know what he thinks of me.
He cares about you. I know that. He appointed you governor, didn't he?
He is ridding himself of a source of constant disappointment. Enough said. Today we set sail for adventure. If you only knew how these river scum treated me. Do me a courtesy, fair cousin. Now that we stand boldly alongside the brave Kurt, let's give them their money's worth.
There's no one left to pay, Your Highness. The brave Kurt and your cousin have already settled the books.
Really now? What a shame. I would have loved to have seen that. We've nothing left to do then than to board our ship. An adventure awaits us at the end of the street.
Don't be afraid. Come, celebrate the miracle of science.
Might I help you, my lady?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lady de Sade. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We are looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it is their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. But I will not say another word. You will have no trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look for.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact... It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Nauts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Так, давай сообщим послу то, что мы отъезжаем. У нас же все-таки последний квест типа остался. Оп.
Your Excellency.
Lady de Sade. I have been told that you were named legate. Congratulations. Those are great responsibilities for someone as young as yourself. But you will bring honor upon your family and the congregation. Of that I'm certain.
I thank you, Excellency. I've come here to inform you of our departure for Teofredi. My cousin Constantine is taking office as governor of New Serene, and I'm accompanying him.
I had no idea you would be leaving so quickly. What a shame. I had thought... Well, then, that is a pity. Have a pleasant voyage. A brilliant future awaits you. They say that it is a marvelous island.
You seem slightly hesitant. Please, tell me what troubles you.
A rather unscrupulous individual has been sowing trouble in Serene. A charlatan passing himself off as an alchemist.
Do people actually give credence to these lies?
Alas, yes. They snatch up his celebrated panacea. Remedies worse than the ill, believe me. As you can well imagine, alchemists are our pride. This vulgar trickster casts dirt upon their reputation and our own at the same time. In any city of the Bridge Alliance, we would have arrested him. But here, we respect your laws.
I shall see what I can do, but make no promises. My departure is imminent.
I thank you, Excellency. And I am pleased to see you have taken so well to your new functions of diplomacy. The man operates in the city center. He is said to be clever and mean. Be careful.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lady de Sade.
You'll find all you need in our selection. Come to me. Citizens, I present to you Panacea, the absolute cure of everything. Toothache, stomach ailment, and even an open wound. This potion heals all of that. And more still. This little phial is the product of years of research and intensive labor. I hear you asking if this remedy can heal one from the Malachor. Alas, not yet. But your question is legitimate. I am so close to finding the cure. But the Malachor isn't the only ailment causing you to suffer. Not true? Then don't miss out on this chance and give yourself a healthy and energized life. Rejoice! A phial only costs a few coins, and well worth it to make your life shiny and new again.
Does it really heal everything, your potion?
Everything. Absolutely everything. Except the Malachor, of course. That being said, it is known that those in top health resist the Malachor best of all. Then don't throw away this chance. Think of all the pains that this potion could help you avoid.
You are right. It's a deal. I'm gonna take two.
There's a man that knows a good deal when he sees one. Hurry now. There won't be enough for everyone.
There he is. He's our man, no doubt.
His speech is well polished. I even feel like buying some.
And if we had a word?
Ah, you're finally tempted.
In all honesty, I haven't made up my mind yet. I want to be certain that I'm not dealing with a charlatan.
In this day and age, I can't blame you. What might I do to convince you?
Will you drink one of your potions to prove your good faith?
Of course. I take a little sip every morning. But as I'm in perfect health, you won't be able to verify the improvement in my condition. But if it helps you make up your mind, give me just a moment. There now. As you see, I am still in excellent condition.
Come on now. I saw you take that vial out of your pocket. Nothing proves that it's the same potion that you sell to your clients.
As a man of science, I consider skepticism a remarkable quality. But in your case, it is not skepticism, but blindness.
We need to steal one of these potions and force him to drink it.
Brilliant idea, Kurt. Let's take a look at his cart.
to my help, and death to the others!
Have you finally made up your mind?
I happen to have a vial of your medicine. Would you be willing to drink it in front of us? To prove that there is no risk?
This bullying is trying my patience. I'm beginning to suspect that you might be working for a rival.
You refuse to taste it?
You might have put something in it to cause me harm or further disgrace.
No, look. The vial is still sealed. It comes straight from your stock.
And you dare challenge me when you have just admitted to being a thief?
Come now. You can see for yourself that I am gladly returning your vial, so that you might drink it in front of witnesses. This might help to dissipate my doubts, as well as those of these brave folk.
Yes, no, you don't have the right.
Damnation. He got away. He can't have gone far.
Find him, before his head ends up on a spike.
Think back to the note that we found. We need to take a look at the tavern. He won't leave the city without his belongings.
Locked. I don't have the key. I don't have the key.
You again? What are you doing in my room?
I'm not the only one that's found you. Have you seen the mob that's gathering in the street?
I'm neither deaf nor blind. By the spheres. Why didn't I leave the city while there was still time?
The Alliance ambassador is quite unsettled by your commerce, and he's the one who sent me.
Sahin. Him again. Ruining my career wasn't enough for him. He's the very reason I had to leave the Alliance. And here I am, playing the part of the potion maker. Me, who was once a respected member of the Academy of Al-Saad.
Dr. Sahin warned me that you were an imposter.
That doesn't surprise me, coming from him. I was a master alchemist. I understand if you don't believe me after all that, but I have a number of documents to prove it. I would still be one if Sahin hadn't set off a chain of machinations to disgrace me.
Why does Sahin bear you such hatred?
I wasn't fortunate enough to oppose certain great minds of the Academy. To criticize their methodology. I saw them inflicting torture on sick prisoners, making them drink the most vile poisons. To find a remedy to the Malachor they won't hesitate to kill. I could not keep my silence.
It is for an act of courage that you fell from grace, and earned Sahin's hatred. Are you not ashamed to have poisoned those poor souls?
These potions are not harmful. That is to say that they don't contain any harmful ingredients.
But you could just as easily produce real healing potions. So why don't you?
You don't understand. I fled. But I haven't put a stop to my own research. This potion is an attempt to create in those who drink it a resistance to the Malachor.
So you manipulate people to use as experimental fodder? That is completely unethical.
I don't have a choice, but it does not harm them, I assure you.
If this potion were inoffensive, then why wouldn't you drink it when I offered it to you?
I ran tests on myself for such a long time that I ended up becoming intolerant to it. A small sip of this mixture provokes in me now a violent reaction. I mean, the mob would have been furious in any case, but a normal dose, I assure you, is without risk.
Your methods don't seem so different than those of your colleagues.
I don't torture people. And this potion only has side effects in high doses.
Perhaps, but you are hurting innocents. I cannot let your commerce continue.
So, what are you going to do with me, my lady?
I'm sorry, but I don't trust you. I'm going to deliver you to Dr. Sahin.
My lady, I beg you to spare me.
I've heard enough. You are under arrest.
How unjust.
Your Excellency.
Lady de Sade.
I tracked down your man near the Coin Guard barracks.
Finally. Did you capture him?
Let's just say that I put an end to his activities. His reputation in Serene is forever tarnished. Matters turned out a little more complicated than anticipated. He is hiding in a room in the Coin Guard tavern.
Why didn't you have him arrested?
Angry citizens have gathered round the building. They have sworn to avenge themselves after discovering his fraud. I decided it better to avoid the mob. But if you wish to capture him alive, I advise you to hurry.
Governor Buren will be happy to learn that a legate with great assiduity will soon be joining the island of Tir-Fredi. Thank you for your help, Excellency, and allow me to offer you this modest present for your voyage.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lady de Sade.
Madam?
Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Tir-Fredi. I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon. I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nauts, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since,
he's been a naught. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
Permission to board the ship. We are ready.
Certainly. But keep in mind that we'll be at sea for several months. If you have any farewells to make or any final business to put into order, now is the time.
No, my house is in order. We are ready to embark.
Perfect. Follow me.
I am so eager to discover Tyr Fridee. My isle, my new city.
You'll need to arm yourself with patience. The voyage will be long. I've been told the trip lasts months.
And they say the place is full of gigantic creatures. As big as buildings.
That's right. I heard a rumor the Nauts even brought him back in one of their ships.
I doubt that. The Nauts are strange, but they're not idiots.
The beast is awoken! Those conniving, pista-stilling, bridge-building liars. The creature was supposed to be out for days. They'll pay for this.
What the hell manner of cargo are you transporting?
Help! We need ropes! We must contain it! Help!
Come now, let's lend them a hand.
Watch out! Take a step back, sir!
Kurt! Captain! Keep my cousin safe!
Сука, я ебал, у него там чуть-чуть оставалось, блядь. Как так-то нахуй?
So eager to discover Tyr Fridee. My isle, my new city.
You'll need to arm yourself.
The beast is awoken! Those conniving, pista-stilling, bridge-building...
Greenblood, how do you fare?
Fine, fine. It is dead.
Are you wounded?
I'm well. Your lessons have proven effective.
I've never seen a beast this size. It's quite extraordinary.
Cousin, what a fight. You were illustrious.
I'm not of the same mind. I have the feeling it was already weakened. I did nothing more than finish it off.
Your humility remains a constant. But believe me, that battle was absolutely epic.
Madam, gentlemen.
Your cousin's enthusiasm is most impressive.
This journey is his long-awaited chance to prove his worth. He has a demanding father.
More likely he's just happy to be free of this hornet's nest.
I definitely know I am. That's certain.
Stations, lads! Weigh anchor and ready hard to wear. Lively now, lively! Catch me a wind!
Что ж, я думаю, на этом закончим. Мы прошли первую локацию. Да. Сейчас заставочка типа.